Hi, I'm Dan Clark, and this is my friend Shauna. We're delighted to bring you an exciting new Strengthening Families program video series with research-proven skills to promote happy families, healthy brains, and drug and alcohol-free kids. You know, for the past 20 years, I've made my living coaching winning teams, corporate teams and sports teams, and skills that made them great. And now we're delighted to be coaching the most important team of all, your family.
That's right. Here's why. You and your family will enjoy watching these lessons together and learning these remarkable skills. Children can be our greatest source of joy. But if they venture into alcohol or drug during this critical period of brain development, their happy futures take a nosedive and your nightmare begins. 45% of kids who start drinking at age 13 will become alcohol dependent. 67% of those who drink before age 15 will go on to use hard drugs. 85% of crimes in the U.S. can be linked to alcohol or drug misuse, and addictions cost the U.S. $500 billion every year.
As teen alcohol use increases, so does delinquency, depression, school failure, teen pregnancy, and fetal alcohol syndrome. Tragically, 1 in every 12 children in America now lives with an addicted parent.
Not fun for parents or kids.
Yeah, but there's a wonderful and simple solution.
Research shows parents who are trained in bonding, setting boundaries, and monitoring kids' activities can prevent most teen alcohol and drug abuse, allowing kids to grow up addiction-free with a bright future ahead of them.
This is important news because the Center for Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University stated, quote, "A child who gets through age 21 without smoking, abusing alcohol, or using illegal drugs usually won't ever do so."
Addiction, then, is primarily an adolescent problem that can be prevented.
But how do we learn these skills? Parenting is a tough job, especially when kids push back.
I'm sorry, but the answer is no.
I didn't ask for your permission. I told you I was going.
This internationally acclaimed Strengthening Families program holds family classes to provide those skills. Now, in a worldwide survey of youth alcohol prevention programs conducted at Oxford University, it was shown to be 50% more effective than the next best program.
A 10-year follow-up study proved that the Strengthening Families program skills really are the key to prevention.
The Strengthening Families program, when we originally designed it, we actually separated out the different components. We had a separate parenting class. And we discovered that in the parenting class, the parents learned to improve their parenting skills. They also reduced their stress and depression. And also, the children's conduct disorders and aggression came down quite dramatically. But it didn't improve the children's social skills. So when we added the children's skills training class, the children learned how to communicate better, how to problem solve, how to have better skills at resisting peer pressure and peer influence. But neither of those two classes actually improved the family relationship until we added the family skills training class at the end where they practiced together. And in that class, we found then that the communication skills improved, as well as family organization, the cohesion, the love, the bonding between the family. Only when we had all three of those classes were we able to reduce the parental alcohol and drug use and the children's alcohol and drug use.
These simple, doable skills will help your family become happier and help your children develop pro-social behaviors and eliminate the negative anti-social behaviors that harm family and society.
So here we are, bringing these same research-proven skills right into your own home.
To help us, meet our real trained family therapists from Utah Youth Village, Elliot, Christina, and Siope. Every day in their Family First program, they visit homes of troubled families and teach important life skills to youth and their parents. They graciously have donated their time for this project.
We also enlisted some friends to help us portray tough family situations and help us learn new skills.
Don't be discouraged if some family members resist coming at first. Just make it fun and rewarding, and soon they will join you.
Yeah, don't you remember?
The Strengthening Families class is tonight.
Jake's coming over to put a new hard drive in our computer.
Oh my goodness, we're late.
We're a little late. We'll go sneak in the back.
Why? I hate this stuff anyway.
Me too.
God, now, why do you always get us into stuff like this? We can't even handle the mess.
I'm not pushing. This is so stupid.
Come on. You told us last week that you would go with us, so put your jacket back on, act nice, and let's go.
Look, we're gonna go, and you're gonna like it.
Julie, stop pushing me. She's breathing my air.
For goodness sake, quit.
Oh, I hate my new family. Do I have to go through this?
If everyone puts on their best face, Dad will take us all out for ice cream. Let's go.
Where do you want me to put my worst face?
It's great to have you all here. We train parents and kids to get along in order to have a happy life together.
Not my family, they
So what I'm hearing is you're not feeling comfortable with your family. Is that right?
They always tell me what I do wrong and never notice anything I do right.
That's because we never see you do anything right.
Shut up.
What if we trained your parents to notice the nice things you do? And we trained you to talk nicely to your parents so you can get more out of what you want in life. Would you like that?
Whatever.
Awesome. Sounds like you're in the right place.
The power in the Strengthening Families program is that it empowers parents and youth. That's why we also asked Lindsay and Paris to help us out.
Hey, I'm Lindsay and this is Paris, and we are both so excited to bring you this wonderful Strengthening Families program because we both know that it really works.
We're going to learn some really cool stuff that will be useful all the rest of our lives. We'll learn how our brain develops and how to make it more powerful, how to talk to our parents so we get more of what we want, how to say no to harmful things and still keep our friends, and how to make family life happier.
When we are young, our family is the most important thing to us and our major source of happiness. So when the family works well, we feel loved, happy, and safe.
Everything we have, our home, food, clothes, love, training, fun, even our lives come from our family. So what can we, as kids, give back to our family to say thanks? We can give 3 things: cooperation, chores, and good cheer, the 3 C's. And we're going to learn how to give them in a way that will benefit us.
Even more, we will learn of our own infinite worth. And even though Paris and I come from very different backgrounds, we both know that that doesn't determine our worth.
True. It's what we choose to make of our lives and what we give back to society that really matters. For all of us are of equal and infinite worth. So listen up.
Thanks, Paris and Lindsay. We got it. 3 C's: cooperation, chores, and good cheer.
Now, it's your turn to begin the 10 wonderful lessons in this series. At the end of each lesson, we'll give you small, easy-to-do practice assignments. You can download and print each lesson's companion materials and tracking sheets from home.
As you help your children develop pro-social skills, your job as a parent will be so much easier.
You'll reduce arguing and stress and increase the love and kindness in your home, which leads to a strong, happy family and gives kids a more stable, loving place to grow up.
And most important, the skills your family learns in this program will empower your children to remain addiction-free.
Just as there are research-proven skills to raise thoughtful, responsible children, there are research-proven skills to promote a happy marriage, and you'll find them scattered throughout these lessons. When we practice these skills, our marriage relationship improves, and our ability to love and feel emotionally connected to our spouse increases, which actually boosts our immune system. These strong bonds help us become happier and healthier and help us weather the storms of adversity that every family experiences at times.
It will be worth the effort because your kids are in the process of creating a masterpiece, their own brains. The skills they learn here will help them form their character and give them the ability to solve problems, experience true joy, and succeed in life.
Well, you know, your brain is involved in absolutely everything you do, how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you get along with other people. And what we've seen is that when your brain works right, you work right. And when your brain has trouble, you have trouble in your life. So learning how to love your brain, take care of your brain, is really the first step to being successful in everything you do.
In this intro lesson, we'd like to introduce 3 activities that actually promote a healthy brain and help you make it a great day. Number 1, think positive thoughts by stomping the ants. Number 2, eat pleasant family dinners together. Number 3, implement my time, a term coined by Dr. Comfort to mean 10 to 15 minutes of one-on-one playtime daily with each child.
But what's the big deal about eating family dinners together?
Eating dinner together makes children feel happy and bonded. In a study of what makes people happy, 1,000 volunteers around the world wore pagers, which buzzed at random intervals. Whenever it buzzed, the person had to respond and record what they were doing at that moment and rank their level of happiness. The results showed that eating a meal with family or close friends scored the highest level of happiness.
Now, I've also read that kids who eat dinner with their families 5 to 7 times a week are 33% less likely to use alcohol or harmful drugs.
True, especially if they include positive conversation as part of the meal.
Now, to encourage pleasant dinner conversation, we've provided a dinner conversation jar handout with a list of fun questions to put in the jar. Just pick 1 or 2 a night to discuss while you eat. You can change the slips weekly to focus on the lesson.
This one's yellow, this one's for parents.
Why is honesty so important to society?
Another aspect to create positive feelings during dinner is to invite your kids to share any kind deed or tiny act of goodness they did that day, such as a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand. Then compliment them on that. Sharing the good they did and being recognized for it helps kids feel happier. It also trains them to notice others' needs and develop empathy.
Well, you know, one of the things that gets us natural highs are things like smiles and eye contact and these random acts of kindness, because it helps give us meaning and purpose and connects us to other people.
Now to one-on-one my time. Set a goal to spend 10 to 15 minutes of individual one-on-one playtime with each child every day. The rules for my time are simple. Your child gets to pick the game or activity, and the parent refrains from offering any criticism or suggestions. You simply relax, make positive comments, and enjoy spending a few moments together.
Help your child make a list of games that you can play in 10 to 15 minutes. Cut the list into strips and put them in a jar. Each night, let your child pull one out and just do it. For games that an adult could easily win, give your child head start points to even out the playing field.
Dr. Amen considers one-on-one playtime so essential to a child's mental health that he writes it on a prescription pad and gives it to a parent to fulfill.
Well, I actually have rules for it. We call it special time. 20 minutes a day, do something with your child that your child wants to do. Now, it has to be within 20 minutes, so it can't be take me to the store and buy me something. And during that time, no commands, no questions, no directions. It's not a time to bother them about their room or about their homework. It's just time to be in their space and listen to them and do some activity together. I have just found it to be immensely powerful.
Regularly having fun together as husband and wife is also important because it promotes good feelings. So make time for weekly fun dates. Brainstorm ideas for fun, inexpensive activities you can do together. Write them on slips of paper and put them in a jar. Once a week, pull out a slip and have fun doing it.
But what's up with stomping the ants?
ANT stands for automatic negative thoughts.
Thoughts that come into your mind and automatically ruin your day. So one in dealing with children is, he never listens to me. So a parent might have that thought in his head, oh, he never listens to me. He's always disrespectful to me. Well, write that down and then ask yourself, is that really true? He has never once in his whole life listened to you. And then you laugh and you go, well, no, that's stupid. But we often act, our behavior is often a result of erroneous thoughts, or what I call ANTs, automatic negative thoughts.
As family therapists, We've seen that the thoughts we have about a person actually create neurochemicals in our brain that affect how we feel toward him or her. If we want to have better feelings towards our partners, we need to banish critical, negative thoughts, focus on their good qualities, and hold them in high regard.
What is so amazing is that with repeated and reinforced practice, the skills you learn in these lessons can become your new automatic responses.
That brings us to one more person we should introduce. Dr. Elliot Brown is an MD and neuroscientist. He studies the brain and is going to help us understand why practice can ensure positive results.
The wonderful thing about the human brain is that it has the ability to change and grow whenever you learn new things. The age between 12 and 21 is an important peak time of change. In fact, this period of brain development is so important that Dr. Geed, a psychiatrist and chief of brain imaging at the National Institutes of Mental Health, said, "Teens, through their choices and actions, have the power to direct the development of their own brains. Their choices are laying the neural foundations for the rest of their lives. Everything you think and feel and do is governed by your brain. Your brain communicates through 100 billion nerve cells called neurons that send and receive chemical messages. A neuron looks a little like a tree, with branches called dendrites that are covered with receptors. These receptors receive chemical messages and pass them along to other neurons. Unused branches are pruned off and disappear, but when you learn new skills, your brain actually grows new branches and new receptors. Here is how it works. If a thought, feeling, or action is repeated often, the sending neuron releases a larger amount of chemical each time. The receiving neuron grows new branches and more receptors to receive the larger chemical message. Soon, the behavior becomes automatic and subconscious. With every single experience, especially if it is intensely emotional, new connections are formed in the brain and they become a part of you and make you who you are. It's like adding new software so your supercomputer brain can do more things. That's why a beginner can barely play a few notes on the piano, but by choosing to practice over and over can end up a concert pianist. All that practice rewired the physical structure of their brain so that playing became automatic. Because the adolescent brain is very different than the adult brain, it is much more vulnerable to being harmed and permanently altered by alcohol and drugs. You need to make choices that will leave your brain healthy and powerful, your dreams wide open, and lead you to happy relationships and a lifetime of success.
Well, the first thing to do to take care of your brain is protect it. Your brain is soft and your skull is really hard. So brain injuries matter. They change people's whole lives and nobody knows it. Stop poisoning your brain. Drugs and alcohol, they poison the brain. I mean, it's very clear from the imaging work that we've done. But also nicotine, too much caffeine, being around environmental toxins like paint. And you have to feed your brain. Good nutrition is just essential for your brain. You are what you eat. If you have a fast food diet, you will have a fast food mind. Not nearly as effective as it could be. You want to make sure you get enough sleep because less than 6 hours a night has been associated with low overall blood flow to the brain. And a lot of teenagers don't get enough sleep. Physical exercise is absolutely essential because it boosts blood flow. Plus mental exercise is so important because as you learn new things, your brain makes new connections. Your brain's like a muscle, and the more you use it, the more you can use it. So, I mean, these are very simple things, but all of us can do it to keep our brain healthy because when your brain works right, you work right.
You will never catch me dumbing myself down with alcohol or drugs. It is definitely not worth it. And I hope you won't either. Please, let's all be brain smart.
Besides being brain smart, we want you to believe in your dreams and goals. Believe you can help make your family life better. Believe in your ability to make a positive difference in life when you learn new skills and make good choices. Look at me. I've come from being homeless to attending college. If you stick with us, you'll learn the skills needed to have a happier family and a more successful life. Don't be discouraged if you've tried in the past and failed. This time, it can work. You're gonna love it. So choose one day a week to watch the DVD and tell your family you're in.
I'm in too, because no matter where your family relationships are right now, happy, strained, or even hostile, when you finish this course, if you practice the skills and do the easy homework, you are going to feel more love and have a happier family. Who wouldn't want that? So go to it.
Here's how to get the most from the SFP series. Number 1, as a family, pick a specific day and time to watch the lessons each week and write it on your calendar. Number 2, watch the lessons in order because the skills build on each other. Rewatch several times if needed. Number 3, print off the handouts before the lesson begins and use them when prompted during the lesson. Review the tracking sheets nightly as a family so you can see your progress. Number 4, when prompted, pause the video and practice the exercise with your family. Now, this is the best way to program the new skills into your brain. Number 5, do the family fun assignments each week. Family fun is good for brain health and bonding.
So here are your 3 family goals for the week. Number 1, choose a set day and time your family will view the 10 lessons and write it on your calendars. Squelch any ants that creep into your thoughts or conversations about doing it. Number 2, fill out the planning for family dinners handout and try to eat family dinners together at least 3 times this week. Number 3, set a time for 10 to 15 minutes of one-on-one time to play daily with each child.
Family fun assignment. Make a family conversation jar. Watch the 10 entertaining lessons. Implement a few small behavior changes each week, and soon everyone will join you.
Everyone likes feeling good and getting results, and that's what this program delivers.
The family is the beating heart that keeps our nation strong. When families fail, then nations fall, and all that's good is gone. The time has come, the time is now for everyone to see that if we are to save the world, we must build the family. The family is the beating heart that keeps our nation strong. If families fail, then nations fall, and all that's good is gone. The time has come, the time is now for everyone to see that if we are to save the world, we must build the family.